Hey, it's Martin. Hope you're doing well. I just want to take a minute to share some insights with you on kind of a trend I'm seeing lately with some of our buyers. And it's kind of, I think, a misunderstanding on what's going on in the marketplace today and a little bit of a slippery slope for some clients and buyers that might be thinking that housing prices may be coming down. Now, I'm not sure where this idea came from. I think that some people might think that because we do know that there's an upward rising trend on interest rates, that maybe real estate prices will come down. I've yet to see that. All the realtors that I've spoken with are telling me that housing prices are still increasing. Maybe some areas you might find them to be stable, but I don't think anybody's reporting a decline in housing prices yet. However, some buyers seem to think that, and what happens is they tend to think that if they wait, maybe they'll be able to pick up a house at a lower price point. And what they're failing to recognize is that the race against the clock is not against any potential decline in sales price, but rather it's a race against interest rates. Because what I want people to understand is that the interest rate change, a very small rate change of maybe a quarter point, will have a bigger impact and will take a bigger bite out of your monthly payment than any idea of a lower sales price. Let me give you an example. Let me get my picture, my video out of the way here. Hopefully you can see my screen. I have a client this past week that was buying a $500,000 house, and they were doing a $100,000 down payment. So it's a 20% down, and their loan amount was $400,000. The realtor wanted them to come up to $410,000 so that they could be competitive against some other offers, and the client didn't want to go with a loan amount above $400,000. They wanted to stay right at $400,000. Now, had they done what the realtor said and bought this house at $410,000, I have illustrated here on my screen, a loan amount of $410,000 with the current interest rate of 4.25%. That was going to give them a housing price here, as you can see, of $2,017. Now, had they done this, they would be able to get into the house they want, and that would be the price that they're at there at $2,017. But if the client decides to wait, because in their mind they think housing prices are coming down, and they want to buy the house at $400,000, here's what would happen. I'm going to change this here to $400,000. And if the interest rate was to go up 0.25% in the time that it takes them to find their new house at $400,000, let me move my picture here, calculate. You'll see that although they bought the house $10,000 cheaper, their monthly payment went up by $10. So you're paying $10 more for $10,000 less of financing. And that's the part that people don't realize. Sometimes we get fixated on the idea that buying something cheaper is better. And while I don't disagree, we want to get things at the lowest price we can. What we do need to know is that the interest rate is an uncontrollable target here. It's going to do whatever the market's going to do. And right now, the market trend is for real estate, interest rates, I should say, to be increasing. So while rates are increasing, you want to move quickly and lock in that house price, whatever, I'm not saying whatever it can be, but within reason, to make sure you don't set yourself up onto this slippery slope with the idea that if you buy at a lower price point in the future, you'll be better off, because that's not necessarily the case. So just wanted to share that with you. Again, if you have any particular scenarios, you want me to crunch some numbers for you or anything, let me know. I think that we want to make sure we educate our clients that the change in interest rate is something they need to be on the lookout for. And although people would recognize that, they sometimes get lost when they start doing their own math on these things, and that's where we can help them out. So give me a call anytime. I hope you're doing great, and we'll be in touch. Bye-bye.